Hello everyone and welcome to this very first episode of A Different Outlook. This show is all about looking at a wide array of aspects of life with, well, a different outlook. To set the tone, I wanted my first two episodes to be about kids because they're the best at looking at things from a different outlook and they're so much smarter than we give them credit for.
Not my son. He's dumb as a rock.
Dad, please, can you? It's my first episode. I'm trying to make a good first impression. Anyways, I'll share my view on things we can and should learn from kids and why they fascinate me so much. Well, not enough to have any of my own because no one wants a mini version of me, trust me. But their authentic and sometimes naive outlook on life is definitely worth paying attention to. So here are 7 lessons I think adults should learn from kids. Kids know how to be happy. They don't have a care in the world. And when I talk about happy kids, I mean young kids, like before they start school and then they learn about climate change and how screwed they are. But before that, they're little balls of joy. Kids, they don't think about the future, they don't dwell on the past because, well, they don't have much past to dwell on. They live in the moment. Maybe that's why they're happy and not depressed. Might also be because, well, they don't have access to social media. Also, it takes next to nothing to make them happy. You can play peekaboo with them for hours and they will laugh. And let's be honest, there's nothing in this world that warms the heart more than the purity of a kid's laugh. Unless it comes from inside the dryer. Well, at least now my friends stopped to ask me to babysit. I mean, what a relief, right? I mean, what a relief. Their kid is safe. Yeah, maybe I should have led with that. As adults, we want so much useless stuff to be happy. It's crazy. Kids, all they need is to be surrounded by the ones they love. If you still don't believe me that adults should learn from kids how to be happy, think about it. When's the last time you saw a non-depressed and happy adult, right? And if you're thinking about a happy adult you know, let me tell you their secret. Come here, come closer. They're on meds. Lots of them. And maybe another thing that helps kids to be happy is that, well, they're allowed to love unicorn and to own a few, but I had to throw away my unicorns because apparently a grown man with unicorns sends the wrong message. Come on, it's 2025. Your soul must be a very dark and sad place if you think that unicorns sends the wrong message. That's why adults get depressed. We had to kill our inner child to fit in society, and I blame the adults for this. Other adults, not me, because, well, I'm not a real adult. I'm just basically an 8-year-old with a credit card, constant existential crisis, and a hairline that is only getting worse. Don't let the long hair fool you. But I do have a few theories on why adults insist that kids kill their inner child to fit in society, but that's the subject of part 2. So, the first lesson to learn from kids is to be happy. Try to live in the moment and appreciate being surrounded by the people you love. Stop asking yourself, what am I missing to be happy? Because time is all we really have and the only thing that really matters. So appreciate each second with your loved one. Live in the moment. When's the last time you cried? I'm not asking you when's the last time you wanted to cry, which is probably every morning when you're thinking of going to work and having to see your manager's face. When is the last time that you actually cried? Because adults, we have to keep it together. We have to be strong. It's just a bunch of poo-poo talk. When they're sad or hurt, kids cry. And wow, does it feel good to cry. Yes, I am a crybaby. I'm not ashamed. I let my emotions out, okay? I cry. I don't care what other people think, okay? That's why I always cry alone in the shower where no one can see me, like a functional adult. Society says women who cry are emotional, men who cry are weak. Is that really where we're at in 2025? Life sometimes sucks a lot. We're sometimes hurt physically and or emotionally. We have to deal with a lot of stuff as adults. We should be the ones allowed to cry at the grocery store. I mean, just look at those prices. Don't get to a point where you have to start pulling out your nose hair to justify crying. Why does it hurt so much? Crying doesn't make us weak, it makes us human. Although it's only a matter of time before even your beloved AI cries, because I mean, the more it mimics and understands humans, the more depressed it will get. Get ready for ChatGPT needing a ChatGPT psychologist. So take a lesson from kids and cry when you feel like it. Ignore what other people think and you'll feel much better afterwards. If you don't trust me, ask kids if they feel better after they cry. You'll see, crying is healthy. If you have kids or ever came across kids, you know just how much they ask questions and they ask why all the time, and it's exhausting. Why is the car blue? Why is the sun bright? Why is that lady vaccinating herself under the bridge? You know, just common questions from 4 years old. Every kid I ever met asks why about anything and everything. It's like the song says, every breath you take, every step you make, I'll be asking why. And yet, adults I know, they barely, if ever, ask why or question anything at all. Well, except my girlfriend when I get home late, then she asks a lot of questions. But asking questions is how we learn and understand things. That's how kids thrive to make sense of their surrounding. But eventually, adults get tired of all these questions because, well, let's face it, we don't have all the answers. So eventually, kids are told, I don't know, I don't know, stop asking questions. And that's what they do, because they respect us and they listen to us. They stop asking questions, which leads to adults who think they know everything because they stop asking questions about things they don't know. That's how you end up having people who think they can be expert on vaccines, geopolitics, climate change, and the economy all in the span of 2 weeks. Thanks, Twitter. So awful what they did to that poor bird. Don't get me wrong, I do think adults need to teach things to kids. Otherwise, how will they know how to file their taxes? Or how will they be properly potty trained? Anyone who ever used a public bathroom knows that proper potty training is a very important life skill that sadly many adults don't master. I mean, how do you shit on a wall? That's not my point. Oh no, sorry, like how do you shit on a wall? Like, was it a TikTok challenge that I missed? Sorry, back on track. I just think learning is a two-way street. We can learn things from everyone we meet, especially from kids, because, well, they look at the world with fresh eyes and a pure heart that has not been corrupted by hatred yet. When we do not have the answer, we should just tell them, I don't know. It's okay to not know things. I can fill a whole internet with things I don't know, but I keep an open mind and I stay curious and I ask why a lot. Maybe that's why I don't have any friends left. Why not teach them that not knowing is okay and go look for the answers with them? We might learn a thing or two. We shouldn't be embarrassed to not know. We shouldn't teach them that not knowing is embarrassing. We should teach them and learn from them that not knowing is actually an opportunity to learn and to grow while looking for the answers together. If we don't, they'll end up on YouTube watching videos from weirdos who have diplomas from the Facebook University of Life who think that they know everything, and all of a sudden, your kid tells you to put a cactus up your butthole to cure your headache. It doesn't work, trust me. Damn cactus. Be like kids, stop being ashamed of not knowing, keep an open mind, ask questions, ask why, be curious. The world is full of wonders of which we know so little about and that kids are really curious about. Learning is a journey, not a destination. Stay curious. Why some adults are shy or ashamed to ask for help? We all need help sometimes. Either it's to move furniture, scratch that blind spot in your back, or beat that level at Fortnite. I don't know if Fortnite has levels or not, but I'm sure you get my point. My poor dad. I lost count of how many times in my life I woke him up just so he would open my peanut butter jar because I couldn't. Although, I know the count is 3 in the last year. And help can also be emotional. I mean, when kids have a nightmare, they ask to come in your bed in the middle of the night for reassurance and emotional support. Sometimes they even dare to interrupt what you're doing, but they still ask for help. Come on, they're kids. I mean, they're too young to understand that you're busy. Oh, yeah, sorry, Dad, for the many times I didn't see that you were busy. When a friend is mean to them or breaks their favorite toy, they ask for comfort from an adult, which let's face it, is a much healthier habit than asking comfort from the liquor store and much cheaper. So, well, that's one way to deal with inflation. Kids will also ask for a bedtime story or a goodnight kiss or for you to check for monsters under the bed. How many nights of sleep did you lose because you didn't dare ask someone to check for monsters under the bed, huh? You just stayed awake all night, scared, fixing the ceiling, making sure you don't move so the monster doesn't see you. Never, you say? Yeah, right. That's why I hate living alone. No one to check under the bed for me. So let's throw away our pride and ask for help when we need it. If kids can do it, we can do it too. Just ask for help. How many times will kids scratch their knees on the road, hop back on their bike, and then try again? I mean, I still have scars from these days. Physical scars, not emotional scars. Emotional scars, they're mostly from high school. Babies will learn to walk, they will fall on their butt, get up, and try again until they run around the house and you can't keep track of where they are. That's until they fall down the stairs and then they start to cry. See, I told you crying is helpful. As adults, too often we have just given up on life, on our dreams, on our projects, because we failed too many times and we think we're just not meant for it. Or if we can't be good at something right away, it's not just worth trying. Can you imagine if as babies we had that corrupted mindset of, well, I won't try if it's not perfect, or if I fail, I won't try again? We'd all be crawling around instead of walking. We didn't be patient enough for potty training, so we are all now wearing diapers at the office. Yes, that's a real photo I took for this video. Don't judge me, some people pay for this. I'm not judging, I'm just saying nobody paid me for it. Life is unfair. Also, maybe I shouldn't have bought that online. You should see my algorithm now. Whew. So when you doubt yourself, remember that you were once that baby falling on your butt trying to learn how to walk. You didn't give up. You tried and failed numerous times. And look at you now, walking around everywhere and sometimes also falling down the stairs after looking for emotional support at the liquor store. So when in doubt, reconnect with that inner child of yours who won't give up, and you'll be amazed by what you can accomplish. Just never give up. Who never been embarrassed by their kids asking very loudly what adults will call an inappropriate question while you're in a public place? That goes with another lesson. Kids ask a lot of questions, but they're all not well formulated because, well, they lack emotional awareness and they're kids. A kid once looked at me and asked me, "Mister, what's the disease that makes your head so big and ugly?" I answered, "It's not a disease, it's just how I look." He looked me straight in the eyes without even hesitating for a second and he went, "You!" Oh, we just love their authenticity. Gotta give it to that kid. He did help me prepare for the dating life. Adults are hypocrites. Hypocrites because they hate hypocrites, but they also hate people who are truthful and authentic. I mean, make up your mind. Wouldn't life be easier if you could just say what you feel and how you feel, instead of keeping up those fake masks and fake smiles all day to not make anyone but yourself feel uncomfortable? I'm not saying to tell people to f off whenever you feel like it or whenever they actually deserve it. I'm not saying it's okay, nor that you should be a racist or hateful. There's a way to say what we really feel and what we really think without being a complete a-hole. Why is authenticity seen as something to get rid of? We're surrounded by fake things and fake people with fake tan and fake hair and fake smiles. Some of them even become president. Can we be more like kids and be more honest and authentic and learn from their authenticity? Maybe we would all be happier and less resentful. Just be authentic and not hateful. Okay, I'm gonna start by clarifying that kids are not hateful toward people, except maybe that weird uncle, which, FYI, usually is a big red flag. But I'm aware they hate a lot of things. I just want to focus on the not hating people part. Hate is something that they learn from, well, hateful adults. When kids meet another kid, what's on their mind? Making a new friend. First question they'll probably ask is, "Do you like Paw Patrol?" The other kid says, Yeah. Then it's, but which one's your favorite? The other kid says, Rocky. First kid says, me too. Boom, best friends for life. They don't care about skin color or religion or sexual orientation. They do not care. They only care that they both love Rocky. Adults, we become friends because, well, they hate the same things and the same people. Basically, always looking for things to hate and people to hate. Kids become friends because they love the same things and the same people, so they're looking for things and people to love. Kids, they only care if you're nice to them, play with them, and feed them. Oh my God, are kids like pets? I mean, just like pets, kids don't care and are not bothered by the color of your skin, your religion, or which bathroom you use, just as long as they can go with you. They only care about who you are as a person. In these times of growing social divide and unjustified hate, this is definitely a lesson we should learn from kids. Try to find what you have in common with people you meet and find what you both love instead of focusing on what and who you have been told to hate. Trust me, by doing so, everybody wins. Just stop the hate. That's it for the lessons we can learn from kids. In part 2, I will talk about the reasons I think we're more focused on teaching kids to be functional adults than we are about learning from them and connecting to our inner child. If you like my video, why not click the like and share with your friends and family. If you want notifications for my next videos, click subscribe. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Let me know in the comments if you think that I'm completely wrong, or share what you learned from kids. What are your kids teaching you? Let's share the common knowledge of these little humans and make the world a better place. I'm Jeff Rodrigues signing out, hoping you will now have a different outlook on kids and try to learn a thing or two from them. Thanks for watching. I love you all.